right. Okay, look. All right, you got it?
Yes, I got it.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. That's a bass. That's a big bass. Look, look, look.
Oh, he ate a perch.
Wow, look.
He's got a perch in his mouth that
Heavy.
you caught a perch. And the bass came up and ate it. Look at that.
Look at this.
Oh, there he goes. There goes the
There
bass.
Wow.
Let's give him a little help this morning.
Okay. Oh, oh, she's hooked up.
What is this?
She's hooked up with a bass. Fill it up, girl. Good job. Good job. Look at that.
Wow.
Yay, you got a bass. Look at this. Okay, so you want to hold this. Okay, come here. All right, now you know how to hold a bass, remember? Do you remember? So. 1, 2, 2. Now, check it out. Put your thumb. Let me see your thumb. Put your thumb right there and hold on real tight. Put your thumb where my fingernail is. See, you can hold like that because you can go around its mouth because it can't open it up. Now look. Now. Hey guys, Heather Smith here with Heather Smith Outdoors. And I'm with the wonderful, amazing Bob Seeley.
Hello, Heather.
There's many people here in Manning.
Yeah,
and you know why there's many people here in Manning?
Because we got our big bass flag.
That is right. It's tournament time.
Yeah.
There's everywhere because this is such a big lake. You can you're fishing in Texas, you're fishing in Louisiana. It's hot, so the fish are going deep water. Just a hint.
Legends.
Yeah, yeah. So Cinco, it's a Cinco lake.
Really? Listen to you.
I know. Somebody, my mentor, may have taught me a thing or two. Out here, there's an opportunity to win $516,000 in prizes.
That's over $500,000 in case you didn't.
Yeah, yes, and I thank you. Yes, my accountant loves you now too.
Linda Curtis Sparks, you haven't met her yet, but she stopped by today. She's with the tourism in Manning, but she was one of the leaders. Well, she actually got Cypress Bend put here on Lake Toledo Bend. She worked with Governor Edwards when he was in office.
Yeah.
You know, they recognize the fact that this lake is not a luxury, it's an industry.
It is.
And believe me, the fishing industry has just exploded, even through this COVID-19 deal. I'm telling you, you know, at Rayburn, where you live and I live, over here, I think it's like this everywhere. Temperature is down to mid-80s.
Yeah.
It'll even get better as the day goes. As the hotter the water gets, these fish start acclimating to the drop-off, to the ledge.
Right.
And you can catch it, but you got to be patient with it.
Yeah.
And when we say ledges, folks, we're talking about fishing anywhere from 16 to 24 foot.
Right.
You may have some deeper water just beside it, but there's a ledge there, and then it'll drop off into that deeper water. They concentrate right in that zone there because of the bait fish are being driven down because of the heat as well. And big balls of bait fish will come in, and those ledges kind of act like an ambush point as well. You know, keep catching prizes. 1, 2, 3, 4 boats, Bob? I'm giving away 4 boats, 2 round trucks. Wow. And a lot of catch.
A lot. Hourly, too.
The hourly's over $171,000 just in hourly payout. We pay 15 places every hour. So it's $1,500 for the biggest bass each hour.
Unless it's power hour.
Oh, the power hour doubles first place.
If you're wearing a shirt.
That's the 8 to 9 and the 12 to 1 o'clock hour.
Yes.
You got the official big bass shirt, and you win that hour, I'll give them $3,000 instead of $1,500.
And what would have happened yesterday, Bob, if yesterday was tomorrow,
gosh.
and with that 3.00 bass we put in the boat?
$5 grand.
$5 grand.
Caught it a day early.
Caught it a day early.
Here's your sign.
Yeah.
We're, you know, we have been educating our anglers as well coming in because, you know, it's with the heat, you need to add a little ice to your live wells to cool the water temperature down. Not drastically, because if you do it drastically and you take a fish and you put it in there, he'll go in the shop. What happened on Rayburn last year? We had an actual guy that fishes inshore saltwater. Never fished a bass tournament. got our pamphlet, saw what we were paying out. He said, man, who cannot afford not to fish this tournament?
Correct.
Came over to Raven, and Michael caught a bass that weighed 10.6,
Yeah.
and I paid him. I hope you're sitting down. $305,000 for that one fish.
One fish, $305,000,
Now-
world record.
That is the biggest payout to an amateur in fishing fish.
Got a question for you, Bob.
Yes,
Speaking
ma'am.
of, how much do they pay at the Bassmaster Classic for the winner?
At the Classic,
Yeah.
300 grand.
So you're saying
I
you
beat him
pay
by
more?
5,000.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
beat him more, but amateur.
That's right, and it was one fish.
And one
That
fish.
took 20.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to go fishing?
I am ready to go fishing and get some money.
I like the way you think.
Me too. See y'all soon. Dragonflies here in a situation, but they are pretty. Guess it's good luck if they land on you. Maybe I'll double up when it comes to fish. All right, what you got, JB?
He's still coming up.
All right. Oh, there he is. That's pretty.
That's a good one. I told you that was a worm.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Feathers hooked up. Got her one.
Ooh, look at this little baby.
Got her little feller.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh, Heather got her one.
Look at that river. Okay, come on.
Smashed it. Yeah, girl, get it in here.
A little top water action this morning. Ah, check it out. Ooh, ripping some lips. Poor little guy. There you go. And I'm here with the winner of the Big Bass Splash, Brandon Rennicleaves.
Wow.
Hi, where are you from in Louisiana?
From Reeves, Louisiana.
Reeves, Louisiana. Did you have any idea when you came and signed up that you were going to be walking away $100,000 winner in cash or prizes?
Never. I got big hopes and dreams like most guys do. But, you know, somebody's got to win it, you know that. So, I mean, you go out there and do what you can. And if the good Lord, you know, looks down and shines on you, it's going to happen.
Yeah. 12-4-1.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a dream fish. That's the biggest fish you've ever caught.
That is the biggest fish I ever
Oh,
caught. Probably the biggest one I will ever catch.
And what? Don't say that, like, you know, but you know, you never knew you were going to win, right?
Statistically speaking.
Statistically, you are correct, yes. But you know, some people win the lottery twice.
That's right.
But What were you using?
I had when I got a worm, I throw a big old monster worm. It's no big secret, you know. A lot of people throw the big worm, the old monster, for big fish. I mean, that's just one of my go-tos. That and a crankbait. But my fish that I weighed in was all on that worm.
What color?
That was a blue fleck.
Blue flag.
Yeah.
Were you fishing in the north or in the south? Were you telling anybody that?
South.
You were in the south.
Yes.
They said the big ones are in the south this time of year, and it's so hot. It's not your normal time.
Yes.
So, can you? What happened? What went through your mind when she hit? I mean,
It was just I cast out there, and it was just a, you know, a typical classic, very how do you say it? It's very obvious, just a thump thump,
right?
Like you want, you know.
Yeah.
And when I had it and just set the hook, like you always do, I hit her hard, and like I said on stage or down there in front of the stage,
right.
I got a heavy action rod. It's no medium heavy, it's real heavy. It's a very stiff rod. And when I set the hook, it was just I couldn't feel anything. I was like, in just a nanosecond through my mind, I'm like,
oh, it's a stump.
I know. Well, I said I know it was a fish, but then I stumped. It just kind of surprised me. So I'm like, I'm just sitting there holding nothing. Like, you got to be kidding me! And all of a sudden, I just felt it. As soon as I thought that, she started shaking that tail.
One of the biggest fish that we've had here at Toledo Bend. Yep, and I think they're ripping everything down around us.
Right.
So we gotta go. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. Thanks. That's Heather Smith at Heather Smith Outdoors at the Big Bass Bash, and the big winner, Brandon. Bob.
Heather.
Another great tournament in the book for Big Bass Bash.
Gosh. Was it ever so hot?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, and you know, it was hot. You know what else was hot?
Yeah, about a 12.41.
Goodness, in July.
Yeah, that was unheard of.
Yeah.
Totally. I never would have dreamed. You know, you and I had discussed, I think earlier, like you were talking a little while ago, that I predicted a 1/10.
You said double digits for sure
Yeah,
to win the tournament. Yeah.
For the low 10, but I never would have ever dreamed 1/12.
And you know what? Because of the coronavirus, you guys had to push it back to July. What would that have been if it was actually during?
Well, you know, I'm glad you asked that. First of all, the bass was 29 3/4 inches long.
Yeah.
She had a girth of 24.5 inches.
That's like a giant.
She probably would have went over 15 pounds.
That's
You know, she didn't have a blemish, healthy, and she's swimming back in Toledo Bend because we got to release her. Didn't even have to fizz her or anything.
Right.
I mean, that's how healthy that fish was.
Right.
And he caught her in 18 foot of water on a blue fleck old monster worm.
Right.
You know, so
And you predicted that one too.
I told you.
You did.
Take a big one.
Listen to Bob Seeley, yeah. And you know, and it was in Housen. Just saying.
That's right.
It came out of Housen. A lot of them came out of Housen.
Yeah, you know, there were several people that kind of, you know, it was a ledge fishing tournament. I mean, the fish were moved out. They're in deep water. They'll come up on ledges, and the ledges are not shallow.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about anywhere from 16 to 27, 28 feet deep. And then there'll be 35, 40 foot of water all the way around it.
Right.
So they'll come up and feed for a short period, go back, and they suspend. And I'm gonna tell you, trying to catch a suspended fish, that's almost impossible.
Right.
There are baits out there that'll work. I agree, but I'm telling you, it's tough.
It's very difficult to get them to bite. And to get them to bite, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Because, you know, they have to be really hungry or they have to be agitated. And then they just strike at them because
But
you may get a bump.
when a bass suspends, it's hard to agitate them because you got to keep the bait right where they're at.
Right.
You know, and who knows? I don't know. There's these electronics nowadays.
Oh yeah, the live scopes are great.
Amazing.
You know, and I proved an example this time, and you know, there was bank fishing, there was kayak fishing, there was rowing on a rowboat. I was in a rowboat at one point.
There was an individual in an inner tube.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Did he weigh in? I read your...
No, but he was treading water.
But yes. That is awesome.
It was a bunch of fun.
Now, was he on an inner tube behind someone else in a boat?
No. He actually went from the bank, got in the inner tube, and got back in some areas with a lot of grass and stuff. And he said he had some blow-ups on a frog, but he said he never could get a good hook set. And I got to thinking, I said, my gosh, what if he hooked into a real big fish, and inner tube going up like this with him in it.
Oh, that would have been epic. That would have been epic.
Yeah, it would have been.
That would have been. I would have been there to film that. I'd be like, "What did I just miss?"
Oh, I know. I know.
Okay, so you guys have, and you know what else I hear? Hold on, a little birdie tells me
And what?
last night
Oh.
you were in the jackpot tournament over in Toledo, Ben, and
I
you
won.
won.
Yeah, we won. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 3 fish that weighed 1433 with a 702 big bass.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yep, still got it.
And you have a couple more tournaments coming up this year.
Yeah, you know, my daughter and Chris on the 23rd of this month have the last summer series of Big Bass. 3-hour tournament, guaranteed 3 places, $1,500, $900, and $600 for the 3 biggest bass.
And that's on Rayburn.
Yeah, it's on Rayburn. Be at Opry Family Pavilion Park, and that's on the 23rd. And of course, now we're really gearing up for Lake Fork,
Right.
which will be the 3rd weekend in September coming up. And matter of fact, I've got to get on the road next week. Well, tomorrow and next week, you know, distributing entry forms, doing promotional work and stuff, and get ready for that. And then we're also getting ready for our big October event here at Lake Sam Rayburn.
And that's where you're marrying the granddaddy in April with us because of the corona, correct?
Right, yeah. Because we had to postpone the Rayburn event that's normally in April, and we have a fall shootout event in October. So we just put the two together. I took $100 grand out of the fall shootout, added it to the spring event, and so I'm going to guarantee $600,000
$600,000
in October here on Lake Sam Rayburn.
Wow. They did an awesome job. Well, thank you, Bob. I appreciate
Thank you
everything
so
you
much.
do, as usual.
As usual.
Heather Smith with Heather Smith Outdoors. Thank you for watching. You've seen the Bass episode and Big Bass Splash. See you guys on Rayburn.